why.
Yeah, me neither.
So potentially another rough game for Fly. I like what XG got going on. That said, they go back to the Ame Juggernaut that we saw at TI. I think he has nightmares about that game 5.
Possible he's too dead inside from the previous losses at TI finals.
I respect that. Battle scars right there.
Yeah. At this point, the man's not even playing to win TI. Just playing just to ruin other people's hopes.
I think it's actually not a bad idea. Change the goal, right? Redefine what you're trying to achieve, and then you cannot fail.
Wow. Deep.
Thank you. Gee, winning these lanes. Started off with a triple kill for BP, but CS net worth battle is swinging XG's way, and they're going to get both Lotuses. Another nice little win for them. The wave pulling shenanigans worked out top as this Darkseer level 3 already. Here comes that all in. Going for that all in, and he is just
vacuum
gone.
Pulled back into the double ion shell. Oh, so much magic damage, but FY.
Not like this.
Too much gas. Where is he going?
I thought they had him. He had a massive wand.
Yeah, he does.
Talk about the Terrorblade. Had a massive wand, Austin. It really bailed him out of that situation. And the all-in attempt. Shards was just a little off, right? If that Shards is angled a little differently, he gets just stuck in there. He's able to walk it off. Big miss.
FY shrugs it off. But it's fine. Go again.
It's hit. I deny the water
Going
room.
after Abed. He can outclick it. Nothing to say. He gets the water room.
Oh, and
that's going to be big. Abed, he doesn't get the extra regen. If that water room goes the other way, then maybe, just maybe, he could kill Nothing to Say first.
What a big swing. And VP brought both supports to that mid. Lose their Ember. This lane phase is not going VP's way, especially considering the gold lead they had going into it. The matchups just aren't great. The Darkseer is really good against the Warlock TB lane. The Jug is pretty good against the Mars down bottom. And now you're winning mid off of that kill with the Pango. Xtreme gaming coming to play today. Looking a little crisper.
Little Fatal Bonds and meta action. But XXS already has his Helm of Iron Wills, so he's going to be big chilling.
You get the fast Rolling Thunder up here, which looks like it's going to be the case because I don't expect NTS to get ganked again by these supports. You have a decent chance to kill Abed again with that Rolling Thunder plus a support rotation. That could be a massive deal in this game because the one part of the VP's draft I like is Ember potentially getting out of control here against very limited early game lockdown and just ramping up the momentum in combination with the Mars plus the Morta. But if Abed gets shut down, a lot of that goes out the window. Like your Urn slower, your Vessel slower, your early skirmishing slower. Maybe you're losing some of the power runes. So it is important this Ember finds something here as having the worst early game of anybody. They are going to bring the supports mid again. They do not want to let him die to this Rolling Thunder. They're going to heal him up, swing by with everybody. Ward does scout out Hellscream.
They're here so early.
Very early. Almost too early. Gives NTS time to go to Bounty Rune, heal back up, come mid, and contest this bottom power rune. Without the Ember 6, very difficult to contest the Rolling Thunder here. So just going to take the 50-50. Oh my, he wins it, and he wins it hard.
And damage.
Radiant's middle tower.
That is scary.
Fly messing with Fly here a bit. You don't want none of that.
It doesn't really feel like VP can do much anything in this situation. Can't really kill the Darkseer. Can't help the Ember too much. And you're not going to do much to the Juggernaut, so bottom lane's probably a wash as well. It's just Xtreme Gaming. They can kind of make the moves where they want. They've got a lot more power in that regard. They're going to go for the Rolling Thunder on mid. Shard blocks out the kill on Hellscream. FY still managed to collect. A 1-for-1 trade-off is not too bad for Virtus.pro.
Especially with the amp damage. That was mega awkward for XG. Not the trade they were looking for. Very good for Abed. He gets experience of that, gets to farm this under the tower. The catapult's going to die, gets Urn charges. and the shrines get split. So that sequence could have been a lot worse for VP. They were ready for it.
Look at this early play. It's level 6 off of the shrine, and that's a one-way to lock down XXS. Now XXS, he just turns and fights with the wall because he knows he can't just surge run away.
Never got the vacuum off. I don't know if it would have made a difference. Still Sunder available. Nice little rotation from Saberlight. Didn't even pop the arena. So you have Golem Arena, and now you get the swing to mid. No Rolling Thunder. This could be a huge move.
Nothing to say. Doesn't see this coming. Golem dropped right on top of him. Spear goes down, trying to Nightmare save him. Gets a lot of health. Swashbuckle a little bit farther. Abed goes to the chase. Remnant right on top of him to finish him off. Now FY in the middle of 3 different heroes. Deadshot goes around, doesn't hit, but it doesn't matter. Triple kill for Abed.
Ooh, that is some comeback gold right there. What a sick sequence from Saberlight. Just kind of broke this early game open. Not an early game that was going well for VP, but he goes top, gets the Darkseer kill, swings by mid, holds that arena, gets to use it on the bigger prize. They almost bailed the Pango up, but no Rolling Thunder to turn that fight around. Easy cleanup with the Golem on top of the arena, and you get 2 more on top of it, as these supports are not going to do well in these head-up team fights till they have some ults. Perfect spellcasting by Abed. Gets him a triple kill into a tower, into another wave. Suddenly he is the second most farmed hero in this game, and that is a smile you can take all the way to the bank. About as much as I've ever seen him smile, in fact. Outside of his wedding.
That's true. Oh, and now a kill on Ame? How did that one happen? Looks like led with a dead shot into the silence and then followed up spear.
Tried to spin away, didn't get away. Saberlight haters in shambles right now. This man has taken over this game. Setting up kills across 3 lanes to salvage an otherwise underwhelming early game. They just get another tower down bottom if actually you don't want to come down here to fight. Get the replay. Little shot into the silence, into the spear, and
that was smooth, man.
Beautiful setup from Hellscream. Still not out of the woods yet in this game because XG have very good heroes at pushing out waves from behind due to the ion shells, the spin TP, that kind of thing. But nice little lead for Virtus.pro here for sure, and they're going to have a very solid timing on this Ember Vessel, and that is a very powerful early game item to play around, especially Abed having 4 charges in the bank. Unsurprised to see them look for another smoke play towards mid lane. 10-minute power rune. Once more goes NTS's way, but you have the team fight online. Golem in 10 seconds. Time to get aggressive.
FY delaying the death with the snowball. Obviously, Abed will be able to chase him down and gets another vessel charge. Meanwhile, Saberlight wants to keep the momentum rolling. And he's going to go for the roller himself. Nothing to say, he's already swashbuckled out, though.
Difficult catch.
Blink Dagger is a ways off, so no way to pursue. Trying to get X-Nova, we'll get him. Get off.
Tanky.
He's tanky. He's gonna do good. Golem on the other side, going after the Darkseer. They do manage to kill XXS. Saberlight in some trouble, fed him Lotus, but he's still kind of locked down. Big X-Nova, nothing to say. Had to commit, though, for the kill on Saberlight. Now he is surrounded by 4 heroes. Tomato's trying to fight his way through that wall. He finally gets here. Not that he's needed, though.
Very disconnected from XG. They have firepower to take that fight, especially with Diffusal on the Pango.
Yeah, where's the Juggernaut?
Where's just caught top guard? Yeah, Ame not even going to that fight. Darkseer just kind of died solo to the Terrorblade DPS. Yeah, you got a wall illusion, but Tomato just killed him. Really awkward exchange, and then Vessel kind of negated that regen power rune on the Pango. Everything coming up VP in that one. They get another early tower. They are ramping up the pressure, ramping up the tempo. Not done yet.
Oh, they fatal bond into the Ancients. This is going to hurt. A dead shot. Yeah, he's going to die to the fatal bonds.
It's just a food trough right here. I mean,
now they're surrounded in the calling. They're all silenced up. This is not great. Saberlight.
Oh, great chains.
Looking for his spear. He spears through the 2 heroes. Managed to finish off 1. Nothing to say. Does go down. Finally, Ame joins in a fight. Friendly splash, bounces around, bounces back to fly to finish him off. He doesn't stick around for a spin. Nobody's low enough for it. Oh. And FY, well, good dodge on the snowball.
He's really getting abused on this Tusk. Tough Tusk game in terms of the interactions. The Morta's hero that kind of outranges you. Both her spells are really good against the snowball. The Mars can be annoying in the early game. The Ember Chains is really annoying for him to play into. XG just getting out-fought right here. Strength of the Ember in this game. This is why I thought this pick was really good. They just don't have a lot to fight Abed straight up with supports behind him. They don't have the lockdown to bring this guy down. It needs a grip, which, by the way, will there be a grip in this game? Because this Bane is still level 4.
And it's not the easiest grip game in the first place. Long-range spells, right? Deadshot, Golem.
100%.
The Calling, pretty decent as well.
These supports have completely been debilitated.
Supply Chain's Vessel. Just like that, it puts threat on nothing to say. He has to back out. He has to just go base. Just one simple combo from the Ember Spirit. He doesn't go back to base. He doesn't go to Fountain. They are going to make a move with him on 25% health. Now, he's got a full bottle, and he's got some wand charges, so...
Yes, you can't sunder him if he's already low.
He can get up to 75%. Double screen leading off this fresh run of Atos, going for the kill on XXS, and to disaster. Nothing to say, and FY Smoke just stumbled straight into Saberlight's trap.
Well read by Virtus.pro. And man, FY has just been abused this game. He's got nothing going for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
His Bat Rider wasn't too bad in game 1. I was going to ask you, on the scale of 0 being retired FY to 10 being prime LTE FY.
You can't ask that. The man's a ledge. Leave it at that.
Where do you rate his performance right now? Your job to be critical.
It's rough. It's rough. I'll put it that way.
So what? 5 out of 10?
It's rough, you know.
Oh, okay.
Look, I think
we're at a 3 out of 10 FY, apparently.
I just don't think he's really found his place in this squad yet. Like, I'm not faulting him entirely individually. I just think... What is... Like, if you had to define what his role in this team is right now, what is it?
Dire's structures are fortified.
Melee stunner.
Well, not this game. I mean, in the team as a whole.
I feel like a lot of times he's doing some sort of initiation stunner.
And I think a lot of times we've seen it just not working out.
Yeah.
So...
By the way, I do think it only puts respect on his name, the lower you put his number. Just implies that the peak of FY was extremely high.
Oh, it was. Nobody is going to deny that.
Yeah.
He had one of the highest peaks we've seen of any 4 ever. So it's hard to get back there. This is just not his game right now as VP continue to rush.
Oh no, the creep wave showed up and took away Ame's level 2 Omni Slash. Attempted kill on a Warlock, and he can't even TP away.
Nope.
The Golem turns back around, Rod of Atos into a dead shot, push back into the team, and fly. You're looking for me?
It's just a disaster, straight up, for Xtreme Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
They do not have the support levels. They don't have the synergy between their 2 supports in the mid, which is a big problem, whereas the synergy between this Ember and the Warlock Morta is super high. And that's just been the story the entire game. Some good moves from the Mars. A low cooldown kill threat. Just keep running at him. What are they going to do?
I won't lie. In game 1, I was very disappointed from VP. I did not think they looked like a 3-1 team. This looks like a 3-1 team.
Radiant's top tower is under
Using their
attack.
draft to perfection, exploiting the biggest weakness of XG's, which are the 2 single target supports who fell behind and don't do a lot to the Ember. They just keep
Radiant's
jamming
top tower is under
these
attack.
matchups. XG can't get away. They can't get the lanes out and force VP to split up where the supports can look for pickoffs. There's only so much XXS can do.
Yeah. Now it's Xtreme's turn
Radiant's
to
top tower
look a
has
little
fallen.
disappointing. As they had such a great laning
Radiant's
phase,
middle tower is under attack.
even after that disaster
Dire's
level
bottom
1
tower
fight.
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I was going to bring up XXS's
Radiant's
recent
middle
hero
tower
pool,
is under attack.
because in this series, he played Lycan in the Darkseer. Before this, he was playing just the normal
Radiant's
off-lane
middle
stunners,
tower has fallen.
right? Slardar, Primal Beast, Axe, Centaur. Do you think that
Dire are scanning.
they put him on split pushers specifically for this series against Virtus.pro?
No.
No?
Probably just some variants. I mean, Xiao likes to draft different stuff. He's not the kind of drafter who will just jam the same heroes over and over.
You don't think that pressure on the map is an effective way to combat Virtus.pro? Because I thought, like, strategy-wise, I thought it was a good idea. That was indeed the case.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think Virtus.pro off of Saberlight is largely a pretty aggressive team that's going to run around.
I think that's a fine route to go. But that's not what's killing them this game, right?
No, not this game.
What's killing them is the mid.
But it won them game one.
The Lightning did a lot of work. Yeah, I think that's a fine idea.
A spin TP. It's fine. That is going to be an Aegis for Terrorblade at 18 minutes. Take Roshan before the Tormentor. They don't have any outer towers to take with this Aegis. They've already taken all of them.
See if FY can get out of here. He finishes Blink, so not the exact gold for it. This will be an okay death, given the game state, working towards that item. XG are getting some farm on their cores. I mean, their supports are going to be creeps this game. That is inevitable. Look at TP to the outpost at 18.
Oh, no, he blinked away right as... Okay, they're still going to catch him on Abed. I love when teams make plays like that, where they get a kill on one side of the map and then just immediately boost to the other side, whether it's a smoke play or a teleport play.
Super fast. Just not giving the opportunity for XG to get the lanes in and look for that pick off that they want. We have Tomato sitting in front of their base. Sends an illusion bottom and an illusion top, and is killing midway. He's trying to do the old Naga Siren triple cut. His illusion died though. This is as efficient as it can possibly get.
Love that. Look at him look all over the place on the webcam. Man's doing some microwing right now.
He just cleared basically 2.5 those lanes out, and he's looking to do it again. And he's basically saying, do something about this, or you have no waves to play off, which is a death sentence for XG. Very smart move with this early Aegis. A way to use it really aggressively. Very cool idea.
Challenge is there. Xtreme, what are you going to do about it? Do you have any items coming up that you feel like are going to change the game, that you're going to feel confident about taking this fight?
Shiva's Darkseer is the biggest one.
It's still 800 gold off.
You just have to sacrifice racks here. We're a BKB on the Mars. I mean, this game might be.
I mean, if you sacrifice one lane of Eric Stars, like, I don't think Tomato slows down.
He's going to pop the Veta and go for more. Trying to desperately finish the Shiva's guard.
Has fallen.
Well, they got Tormentor. That's not bad. A shard for FY.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Play the better one to get here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
2
attack.
minutes on the Aegis, meta halfway through. But midway, there's a smoke flank from Xtreme Gaming coming down bottom lane. There's a long way to run. Will give you the better angle on the supports as meta wears out. So this could be the fight XG need. Shiva's done. Ion Shell Darkseer can go in. They have level 2 Omni. Omni TP back on the rolling thunder.
Leads off on Saberlight with the Omni Splash. He activates BKB. Can he survive through the spin Omni Splash? He's going to be okay. Got off the arena and speared up XXS. XXS, he got off the wall, but he didn't really do too much with it as Rolling Thunder and Omni Slash are already down, so didn't really have too much free time with the illusions to play with.
Not the worst fight from XG we've seen this game. Saved the racks. You just used your entire kit and didn't get anything more from it, though. Airwood's gonna run down X Nova. He can sleepwalk up to the cliff. Oh,
TP away.
Sneaky.
Oh, wait, there's a dead shot.
There's just a ward on that. That's unlucky for him.
Well, you used everything, so
yeah, they're just gonna
BP. They have a minute left on Aegis. There's no wall. There's no Omni Slash. There's no Rolling Thunder even.
He can get enough out of the committal for spells here.
two Shivas.
Getch have been on point. Darkseer's just dead.
Very nice. Nightmare save will not save enough.
This game might just be over.
It is.
You're going to claim so much here while this Omni's on cooldown. You don't have the damage to bring these heroes down without it.
Radiant's middle
Very,
tower is under attack.
very good call from Tomato to just force the issue with this first Aegis, not give him any breathing room. That is how you close a game out.
Radiant's top tower is under
I don't think
attack.
we've seen a single Fiend's Grip this entire game.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
Yeah, you did ask that question. Will we see a Fiend's Grip?
under attack.
And
No.
apparently we literally will not.
Radiant's top barracks.
He's just got to throw it here so he gets it on the board, you know.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. The Dire now have Mega Creeps.
I mean, it doesn't count if it doesn't last more than a second. Oh, he got it off. That hit it. Oh, it didn't last a second.
Oh, like this.
It didn't last. Yeah, oh boy, GG.
Well, that was a stomp and a half, man. That felt like 2 victories in one as VP just demolished whatever plan Xtreme Gaming had. I think we saw the weakness of their draft exploited pretty damn hard around that mid lane. Just not good supports to deal with this Ember Spirit. And even though they played the first...
GG.
Well, that was a stomp and a half, man. That felt like 2 victories in one as VP just demolished damn hard around that mid lane. Just not good supports to deal with this Ember Spirit. And even though they played the first half of that pretty well and shut him down, it just didn't matter. The second VP brought the Morta and the Warlock behind this Ember, that game just implodes. And you always have a Mars who can run around, play fast, and make some really good moves. Saberlight had a really good game.
Yeah.
Saberlight, he salvaged that early game really hard across all 3 lanes.
Yeah, we talked about it, like there was this moment where it felt like VP really couldn't do anything. And then Saberlight hits play, kills XXS. Now he's mid. He's catching nothing to say out. Like that, just kind of jump-started VP into an incredibly fast victory. Into an incredibly fast victory.
And I don't want to assign blame to the player, but I think if you look at this draft, there's so much pressure on the Tusk to be the early game playmaker and transition hero for XG because he can win the Darkseer lane and pressure the Terrorblade, and we saw those all-in plays not work out. And that makes a huge difference with this kind of lineup.
Well, I don't like to assign blame either, so Xtreme Gaming, you just got panel curse, sorry.
I mean, it happens to the best of us, Cap. It's just a thing that sometimes when everybody is so convinced one team's gonna win and the other's gonna lose, and the whole draft started off with Lacoste having a monologue saying, you know what, this Mars
I
girl,
got them. I
it
baited
sucks.
them. I baited them.
And you really did.
I really did, but the stats was correct
That's true.
because NTS, he did die pre-minute 6. He did
Yeah.
die at the start, and suddenly the game does collapse for them. I think it's a massive influx of the gold, which did sway in Virtus.pro's direction because they got triple kill, first blood included. So off to a very good start. You could see Tomato being on the top of the network throughout the whole game pretty much. I think casters nailed it there, saying the rotations from Saberlight kind of won them the game. From top lane, rotation to the top, to the mid lane, getting a kill, getting a triple kill for Abed, getting the tower as well, and then rotating bottom and getting another kill. I think this sequence of event like this is pretty much single-handedly winning you the game.
I feel like the Ember paid off really effectively too. I'm just watching some of these Searing Chains here, and when Jug doesn't have spin, Searing Chains is fantastic against him because he doesn't have that much raw HP. So the early game healing ward, it's helpful. But if you can keep him in place, then everybody finally gets to like layer their disables on him, so he doesn't get this like 5-second BKB with no consequences afterwards. So just really solid picks, but really solid plays too. The fact that they killed Jug in that laning stage kill, that one was huge too. Just a mix of great plays and overwhelming advantage.
Well, Xtreme had one hell of a game. Like, he did insanely good. He had ATOS 12 minutes in. He was setting things up. He was playing behind his Ember in the mid lane, always there. He was playing behind Mars in a couple of situations as well. Like, you see position 4 with 12-minute road of ATOS. Like, this is just way too much for you to deal with. 2 supports also got completely crushed on Xtreme Gaming. And they had some couple of disconnected fights. The one in the top tier 1 tower where they go in and they're not bringing the numbers. Ame has Omni Slash available. There's no Tusk, so they kill like 2-3 of them again. It was just a very disconnected game from them. But Virtus.pro, this is the Virtus.pro that I think we've seen against Liquid in the games that they were winning. Pretty clean execution of the team fights, the rotations around the map.
They played super fast.
Yes,
like they
they
went
did.
high ground for minute 20. It's done.
It was great. And the wave cutting too that he was doing was nice. Just like saying, I'm super far ahead. You can't do anything about it. To mention Hellscream one more time with that fast 12-man Ethos, there's actually so little he had to worry about. He's like, what am I have to worry about Pango spells, which he could press his ulti to stop, or I have to worry about Juggernaut, which mostly he just had to worry about the Omni Slash, which he could press his ulti to stop. So, like, what a perfect game for him to have a good game. He could just be so aggressive. There was one time he was up by Ancients, the Ancients in the river at the very top left of the map. He just walked up to Jug in melee range, and he was just like, all right, I'm going to try to kill you now. And Jug had to, like, try to get out. It was cool. It was like he can do whatever he wants against him.
I just feel like everything was through Saber Chad that game, honestly. Maybe it's the old offlaner in me, but seeing him make the rotation top and he doesn't use the arena, this is a hard thing to do, especially when you just got like bodied by a team, bodied by XXS. Like, you want to stop this guy from having a good game.
Yeah.
You're going to be very tempted to
Throw everything on him.
throw everything on him, right? It's like Mars shows up to a lane to not arena, so that to have the foresight that you're going to be able to use it mid and make a mid rotation. It's like goes from winning his lane to winning the top lane to winning mid lane to going back to his lane, taking the tower. And it's like the entire time that he wasn't there, like Hellscream sitting there farming, right? This is why he got like the early Atos, why he had such an early strong game. Like, he left a support that is willing to sit and farm the lane, and a pretty unkillable support. It's hard to kill Muerta, right? It's not the easiest support to gank. So yeah, all of that really to me was just like, Saberlight is such a vibes guy. Like, you can feel when he's just feeling really good in a game, and when he can make these plays,
It looks great. But
it looks really good.
sometimes he has consistency issues. There's other players that I want to highlight, though. I want to talk about the mid players and take a look at some of their metrics in a head-to-head to see just how close they were in terms of impact. They're not as many numbers on the nothing to say side, but that's what happens when you kind of get ran over. 13, 2, and 12 was fantastic. Really solid net worth here on Abed, playing the utility Ember, as is very popular. Look at the hero damage, much higher, coming from the Ember Spirit, who was mostly just doing a lot of Searing Chains. I think he went like a 4-1-3 build, if I'm not mistaken here. There's the early fight around the rune. This one didn't actually go so great for Abed here because of the nice rotation from FY. All this physical damage is going to kind of cut through him and result in a kill. They ended up getting the water rune here, but as the game continued, he got a lot done here. A little bit of silence, a little bit of Searing Chains on multiple heroes at a time. I love how useful how well he utilized his ultimate through the Remnant onto 2 heroes. He ends up Searing Chains another 2 in a different part of a fight. He was doing this kind of consistently here to have very effective lockdowns here. There's a Saberlight's rotation, the Golem, the Spear to the wall. Still just a lot of damage on nothing to say. Cool how Nightmare got him through the wall. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, and the Warlock popped off as well, like 1-122 score. But he's like 7 minutes in, he joins a fight because they got all of these early kills, allows him to drop the Golem 7 minutes in. He's level 6, almost level 7. And we talked about the importance of the supports that can play with the Mars. You have enough damage with Warlock, dropping the Golem, Mars with the Arena.
And the Ember ends up showing up to a lot of these fights here, finally cleaning up the Bane that looked like a lost fight or gank in this circumstance, but really, really nice rotations from him. Abed's definitely had some games where he kind of put his team on his back in some ways and was like, I'm going to destroy the entire map and I'm going to make space for my team, which is a little different than Abed kind of sometimes played in the last couple years, where he was very like, I'm just going to like get very farmed in the mid lane. But these utility and gank heroes, like ganking side lanes, he's been doing really well with them.
I like that he was like fearless in this game. Like, even in the clip that you showed where he died, he understood the assignment. The assignment is to just go in, use Flame Guard, be really tanky, frontline set up for his supports, get as many Searing Chains off as possible. Like, he did his job. He popped off.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, there's a question: is how is Xtreme gonna recover from this? This was quite the demolishing.
Yeah,
I feel like it was pretty rough with the draft. That if we all thought. Okay. If you guys all thought
I don't
they
think
had
it was
the
a
draft.
drafting issue.
No, it was not. That makes it even worse.
They got Saber chatted. Like, he just Giga owned the early game. This was the highest the highest skill thing I've seen in the entire series was this like 3-part rotation where he goes top, mid, and then bot. Like he just owned the game solo.
With that said, I still think that Muerta having such an easy game in terms of like how to play team fights made his game simple. He didn't have to worry about his life very often because his chances of dying were low. So it just makes it easier for him to like look for enemies, play aggressive, and know that I have like a 7-second immunity button that also makes me do a little bit more damage. So just felt good for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, it really did. This was also their first pick Mars. It makes you wonder, like, will they get that again? As first pick, it was second pick, as in it was a reaction to the opening pick coming out from Xtreme. Do you think they'll get it again? Was it Saberlight's play, or was it the hero he was playing in combination with that?
Coming into a third game after you get demolished like this, with the performance that Saberlight did have, they might need to address this issue and maybe remove it or get it for themselves because, again, XXS, he's one of the best Mars players in the world. He's been so stable. He did not have a good game in the previous one. Usually he's the one who's playing the Blink initiators for his team. I think he played the Darkseer, he played Lycan, a bit of an odd one, I would say, even though he owned that game number 1. Maybe go back to the roots and get something that can initiate a fight.
Well, we're going to find out what's going to happen in that third game to the series. As we're taking a break, we'll be right back with that. You are still watching DreamLeague Season 27, and we're getting ready for a third game with our first series of the day. We got Xtreme Gaming versus Virtus.pro, and it's 1-1. We're going to find out which one of these two teams comes out on top. I will say Game 2 looked incredibly convincing for Virtus.pro, like way more than Xtreme Gaming's Game 1 looked convincing for Xtreme Gaming, Jenkins.
Yeah, that was quite the... I don't know why on this patch this seems to be a thing where you have like a stomp. Not that the first game was a stomp. It was actually right back and forth.
Yeah.
But like a counter stomp coming out the other way. Like I guess drafts can be very
Kind of
polarizing.
interesting.
You
So
know,
when I watched the series that Liquid played yesterday against Virtus.pro, they got really stomped in their second game, but I think they also stomped their first game as well. So
Yeah.
it's like sometimes they just have like laning mistakes that start cascading in a huge way.
Well, Mars this time around is banned, so Xtreme Gaming does put some respect on the Saberlight Mars. They still open with the Tusk for game number 2, and it is a Warlock this time around. That is the answer from VP.
I mean, it's a safe 5 opening that kind of guarantees your safe lane is going to go well. That's the upside. You can leverage a little bit of extra survivability, which can be nice. And obviously, Golem is a fantastic follow-up or initiation or counter initiation when you're going.
My question is, if Warlock is in the pool, like, you know, we saw the Mars, that looked really good at like anchoring the fight somewhere so you can do the damage. It's out. Axe, Primal Beast, also both out. Is it Tidehunter? I mean, Centaur's fine. I think Centaur's good.
Surely that's the best option. I mean, a lot of teams have been using it with the Aghanim Scepter to save allies. I feel like it's one of the best solutions.
Doesn't anchor the fight as much as Mars does, though. Maybe we could see the same issues we've seen with Warlock in the past if they don't have something very good for locking people in. Perhaps like a eventual puck coming out would be good.
Sounds okay. Yeah.
Xtreme Gaming
For VP.
Well, then they will need to steal it from. They got overall last pick. There's no way you'll be able to pick a puck overall last pick into a good matchup, because that will always be accounted for, one way or the other.
Yeah, you did mention Jenkins Tidehunter potentially for Xtreme Gaming, right? If you want to match the team fight, or were you talking about Virtus.pro?
For VP, but it is one of the stronger archetypes of offlaner.
I'm okay with Axe for Xtreme Gaming. Tidehunter also works fine. Of course, and yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
It's like Tide Pango.
Tide Pango, yes. I like Tide because it sets the movement speed to 100. So Stampede is not affected by it. I mean, by not affected, Stampede, you're not getting the value out of it, which is a very good counter. Probably going to be X-Noah's hero here on 5.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, we have the Jaws team playing, so I think Tidehunter would make a lot of sense
5
coming out.
Do you guys say Tidehunter?
Sorry, I'm following the adventure of the pandas. We recorded this earlier, and now we're playing it in slow-mo, because it was so good.
It looked like he was casting Ravage there, the way he moved.
It's all going back to Tidehunter.
I did look like a Ravage, actually.
But now, I mean, we already have the center on the one side, and you said that this was a good replacement in terms of setting the tempo, just like Mars would be?
Yeah, I think so. It's also fine against Tusk. You know, it's a hero that will often group up his heroes together in a snowball, anchor a fight with throwing down on ice shards. You know that there's going to be a few heroes hitting with either the drunken one called Drunk Buddies.
Yeah, the Beer Buddies.
Beer Buddies.
Disruptor's also okay for the chase. Like, I think they have enough stuns, but also the glimpse value that I've seen people are getting. This is also fine. Drag them inside. Because Tusk is also a very good hero against the Centaur when you think about it. With the shards, you're buying a little bit of time during the Stampede. You always have something to kill him, that extra bit of a physical damage, bring in the numbers, snowball, extra bit of lockdown, plus the punch. And immediately into Terrorblade. They are really valuing this hero. Not surprised that they went back for Murta, because it looked so good. So did TB. He did not die in the previous game at all.
Let's get that PL going on here.
Oh, no. I mean, VP respected it in the previous game, but I would imagine that if Xtreme wants it, it would be here.
He's already going to buy a Crimson Guard. Is it really the best pick in this circumstance?
No, I don't like, because there's a Centaur. They had a different offlaner in the previous one, which was Mars, when you can get out of the arena for free. I don't think this is that good of a PL game. Because Centaur, he just stands there. He doesn't need mana. With the double edge, you can always kill off the illusions. Not the matchup that you want to be playing into, I would say.
It's good against Warlock for sure.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
good
run
against
that guy
Warlock.
down.
It's good against TB.
I think it's fine against Muerta. You have to worry about the AoE silence a little bit, but like you can definitely get out of the colony.
I like this.
Maybe.
Okay. Why do you like this?
This is just NTS classic. This is something that Terrorblade pretty much throughout his whole history when playing against Tinker didn't really like to play into it.
It's basically, think of like you're getting zapped from super far away and you can't sunder anybody because you're like, well, I'm 1,000 units away from the nearest hero, and he just keeps blasting you and then he hexes you, and it's hard to sunder basically, and there's so much nuke damage that you won't be that survivable. Your gap close is not that good. Usually you outrange everybody is the thing. It's like a plain sniper, but the other guy is more range than you. You're like, oh, I'm slow.
Yeah, it's like Zeus, the matchup against TV that was good throughout the Dota history, where you just zap him, always have enough damage to burst him down. That's pretty similar to what Tinker wants to do in the game. Back to you, Jenkins.
You know what I would love to see from Abed?
What?
Let's whip out the Leshrac. Let's counter the Tinker.
Yeah.
It beats it mid. It's a hero that can kill Tinker in the game. You just
Very aggressive.
You need something to answer Tinker. You can't do nothing. You can't just outplay it. It's too toxic.
Kind of the negative of the Muerta as well, and the Warlock really, like they're normally, they cover a lot of bases, but in this case they just don't have enough gap close. You need something that can jump and threaten that guy.
Yeah, Storm's fine. I think maybe even Sanking if they want to go death route. I think this also could be an option, because Centaur, he is buying into these auras before he gets a blink dagger, so something that can start a fight.
Oh,
you got it.
I have it.
Yeah.
He's gonna whip out a Pugna mid.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably not, but I like the idea.
This is an S tier counter to Tinker.
I mean,
the ward, you cannot.
The ward's crazy.
Deal with the ward.
It's actually like a crazy matchup, but usually it's Pugna support. You don't necessarily have to make it mid.
These days, yeah.
I don't know if I like Pugna mid against Batrider support. That sounds like a bad time. I feel like DK is gonna buy like a Mage Slayer or just a BKB, and you're gonna have trouble.
Yeah, because Bat is just gonna find you, and otherwise it's just gonna find your ward, and it doesn't have it.
And Tusk is also gonna go on you, and he's gonna be able to stagger his stuns. Look, I love the hero. It's not a good idea. Unless it's support, then I'm down.
I need something weird.
Need something
weird. A lot of problems from the side of Xtreme that they're presenting.
I agree with that.
Still fit in the support Pugna? Like, could you move, I don't know, Muerta mid or something?
That would be cool. The Sumail Classic. This is a bit of a weird Doom pick against Centaur ult plus Beast Sunder. There's like 3 spells in the game that go through Doom. Sunder is one of them.
Maybe they're just like, I'm just gonna make sure that no matter who you pick last, we can just Doom that guy. We'll have the solution. Is their lineup not like greedy in terms of farm levels too?
It is. Dragonite, he needs 2-3 items to come online. Tinker as well. Supports need to do a lot of work. I think the good support duo is what's going to save them from this greediness, because it's Tusk plus Batrider. These heroes are very good at playing around the mid lane. Probably one of the strongest ones, where you can just rotate, try to grab a kill, control the 6-minute rune. Doom is definitely a greedy one, but we've also seen a bit of a newer tech coming out from Doom. Drums like Double Bracer, Phase Boots, you come online relatively quickly. What is Abed cooking?
Gotta be something spicy.
It's not
spicy at all.
Spicy at all. Very safe.
Bulba.
But he's got close.
Banned, that's why.
He's got gap close, he's got lockdown, he's got escape, so he doesn't have to worry about the support rotations against him. He can get away from them. Free 6, 100%. He can also buy enough time, keep somebody in position long enough so that Hellscream's abilities can follow up. I'm sorry to say it, guys, but this is what their peak last pick looked like.
This is a peak pick right there. It is 10 games played, 20% win rate. Very good for a good reason. This hero just doesn't deal damage. That's the problem. His damage numbers are so low, and if you're off to a bad start, this hero just doesn't have a way to coming back into the game. Not the biggest fan of this.
If there's one guy in the world that's gonna make it work, though,
that's a lot of copium.
Who is it?
It's Quinn.
No. Again?
Abed.
No.
It is Toronto Tokyo mid lane.
No.
The male.
Bulba.
Oh.
Bulba knows how to force heroes
No.
to a high degree of success.
Yeah.
To a very consistent degree of success.
Okay. Real talk though. Is it? Are they gonna do it? Because the Tinker is also a little out there.
I hate this hero, Shiver.
Yeah, I know you hate Tinker, but like.
No, not Tinker. I'm talking
You're
about
a
Void Spirit,
Spirit.
but I do like the nothing to say what
I mean,
he's going to be playing in
yeah.
this one.
Okay, because a lot of people also
Yes.
dislike Tinker for decent
A
reasons.
lot of pressure on Abed to get the game going. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a hard Doom target.
Yeah.
Maybe he can go Vessel to deal with DK. You probably don't need that because you have a TB. It's going to deal with the DK. Really, it's the Tinker answer. It's a Yule's Buyer. He can jump and kill the Tinker in the early game, but that's a big if. You got to get nothing to say while he's farming. If he gets items, it's over.
That's true. Yeah, put pressure on the map, make his supports feel more useful, get the kills. And if he can't do that, it's going to be 25 minutes and it's going to get bad after that. Yeah.
We're thinking Extreme Gaming is gonna take it two more. But if the
They could do
Tinker
it.
is gonna be so good and is not countervised and pick more.
You need that hero, especially.
You
You
don't
need
have
that
nothing
little
to
bit of oomph, when you play
Yeah.
the hero. Yeah.
Sniff the paint.
Okay, well let's see
Maybe we
if
sniffed too much
nothing
pain.
to say can do it on his Tinker, or maybe Abed, maybe Bulba's great vision with the Void Spirit will come to reality here with game number 3.
Well, we've got a Tinker versus Void Spirit mid matchup. Not what I had on my bingo table this morning, but it's here. I actually like the Void Spirit last pick, even though I don't like Void Spirit.
Type of hero they needed. The issue is they had to pick it into the Doom, and justifies the Doom pick a lot. But that might have been part of what Zhao was thinking, is I'm going to pick this Doom because they need a jump mid-hero. And Doom's going to be good against a lot of those.
Yeah.
I almost think it was more of a preemptive counter
The
than
battle begins.
the Doom having a lot of utility against everything else. First Blood?
First Blood and still getting 2 bounty runes. Now, it is First Blood for Fly.
Yes.
Not the most amazing First Blood hero. Warlock, what is he even going to do with this extra gold? Early Ring of Bacillus?
Yeah, Bassy. I'll also say that smoke was a weird smoke flank, but again, I point to FY. He smoked himself into the river, and when he was running back up the stairs, it popped. And he just kind of kept running up the stairs.
Maybe he's still figuring out how smokes work.
I'm just pointing out as, we were talking about, is FY back to his prime or something? There's just a lot of little stuff that, like...
Oh, that was never the question.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think anybody, no matter how big of an FY lover you are, is saying FY's in his
No,
prime right.
that's what I'm saying. Just, it's one of those little things that I almost wonder could have he survived there the instant the smoke popped. They can only be at the one spot, right?
Yeah.
We'll never know. I think this draft from XG looks a lot more stable than last game and has a lot more scale to it, especially if this Tinker gets cooking. Whereas this VP lineup, I wonder about the playmaking potential. Void Spirit can be really low damage. Centaur can sometimes be low damage. They do get their Terrorblade, which has been Tomato's best hero and an amazing hero this event. This hero's Oni. So I kind of have faith that Tomato might just carry any game, but he's up against some tough counters, particularly that Tinker Eureka.
Yeah, that was probably my biggest complaint about the Void Spirit. Was when you already have Centaur, I want a high damage mid. And Void Spirit, frankly, is just not that.
You're very much in on the Terrorblade's DPS this game. Maybe Mort that can pick up a little bit, but you do have a bunch of beef to throw in the fight. That said, throwing beef into the fight against Doom Tinker generally doesn't work out. So I would favor Extreme Gaming here, but not by as much of a margin as I think drafts would say.
Abed getting a pretty decent CS lead over nothing to say.
I've also seen some of these Tinker games for NTS and, you know, XG or LGD, the squads he's played it on in particular. Super hit or miss. Sometimes he 1v5s a game and sometimes it goes nowhere. Sometimes he's kind of owning and then they end up losing it anyway.
Yeah, and this is a game where you do have ways to catch and kill the Tinker, right? Maybe you're a little bit low on damage, but you do have some long-range initiation between the Void Spirit. You've got long-range Deadshot. You've got a consistent silence that you're able to use with the Calling mixed with the Void Remnant, which is a nice little combo. And then, of course, there's Stampede, you know? Make everybody fast to run at the backline Tinker when you do catch him.
They have options. That's just what you want.
Yeah.
At least one way to find this guy in the fight and catch him can always be an annoying hero. If he does go the BKB route, though, he's pretty much invincible. That's a concern here. At least you don't have the E-Blade BKB interactions you have to get through anymore.
That is true.
Those were pretty stupid. But he has some nice build-ups here. The laser in the late game against the beefy dudes. The Hex Arcane Blink route can be pretty annoying. Shivas could be interesting. Kind of depends how you want to build the hero as your scale options open up. No ways to really bail him out, though. You have a snowball save, but that's kind of it. If the Tinker does get found and gone on, he's probably dead in this game. Assuming the damage follow-up is there. So, as XG, you have to use your frontliners well in this game. The DK Doom going in first, Bat Rider finding initiations. All of these fights should start with the other four heroes creating the action and setting the fight up for the Tinker, not the other way around.
So you're saying Ame needs to play pretty aggressive, more of a front line. Can't just play to just be carried.
If I'm Zhao Ada, yo, Ame, you need to play like Skeeter this game. You know, wash your face, play like Skeeter. Probably said no, and then that's the end of that discussion. But
oh, what happened here? Looks like they tried to go after Saberlight. They got double stomped into Calling and will die on X-Nova, and Ame takes a lot of damage in return. That had to have been some crazy misread.
did have 2 points tag team, but really close to bringing anybody down, stuck in that Calling.
Especially if he already has the Helm of Iron Will. Like the Centaur before that, low armor hero. After that, the high armor hero.
Oh, this Tusk is just not worked out for XG, man. Strong hero, but plays have not been there so far. And the lane phase going EP's way. In fact, Abed with the dive mid almost picks up the solo kill with the early level 6 here. He is owning this lane.
And trying to zone out, nothing to save this next creep wave that's coming in with Siege Wagon.
He's just out CSing him. 10 denies. Really creating a nice differential here.
I mean, if you're gonna pick Void Spirit, like, this is what you gotta do. Like,
Other deny.
It can win lanes really hard off of CS.
Looking to gank him too. FY getting zoned off top by the meta, but the gank is coming through from Hellscream onto the mid lane.
Deadshot to push in, nothing to say, perhaps. Calling, Translocator pushes them out of it, and Void Remnant pulls them back into it. Deadshot pushes them back into the silence again, and you have your kill.
Perfect execution there. That's a massive kill to snag.
Just in time for them to get the power room, which is going to be a regen.
Meanwhile, XG, they rotated their supports top instead of to that Tinker mid. I'm not really finding anything up here. Unable to pressure Tomato.
And Terrorblade's one of those heroes that can kind of sit back and take a break on CSing.
Yeah, just go jungle a couple camps.
Yeah.
Give this Warlock to heal you up too. Very tough lane to all in. You don't have some crazy kill combo or the lane super far up, which it just hasn't been for a lot of this lane duration. Abed continuing the hunt. Could go Wisdom Shrine here. Especially with Hellscream to back him up. And again, if you keep XG supports low level, game can look a lot like that game too.
I don't think they have the power to fight this. Tinker's going to try and join them, but yeah, they've already backed off the Wisdom Shrine. And Saberlight will secure their own. So double Shrines of Wisdom for VP.
XG are giving up way too much in these games in terms of the support difference.
Keeping that they'll just walk through the March of the Machines. They try and do this like kind of sandwich maneuver. They don't really have the firepower whatsoever.
You don't have support levels. You don't even have Doom levels. Doom's level 4. I mean, it's looking rough for Xtreme Gaming.
Yeah, it's looking like a situation that could look a bit like Game 2.
Absolutely. They're missing a lot of XP. It's another game where Abed might just be able to run around and kill everybody because you have Stampede to back you up. You have the similar support duo to back you up, and you have some decent kill threat. Land a nice Spirit Remnant onto NTS, slow down that rearm.
Illustrating, gonna pop out here. Deadshot pushing Xnova into his doom. They hoped for a power rune, but it ends up being bottom. Nothing to say. It's an arcane rune.
Just awkward map movement. I actually do not know where to go with their supports right now. They're afraid to stack because that area's been infiltrated by VP. There's a ward there, in fact, to scout it out.
Yeah, they still have not shown that ward, right? Like, they haven't killed anybody on that ward yet. So it is entirely possible that at some point Nothing to Say is going to back up into that ward and some sort of smoke gang's going to hit him. Ame is going to have a golem dropped on his head.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Just a
attack.
farming golem more than anything. Doesn't achieve a whole lot here. Do get the bottom tower off of the Terrorblade rotation.
I mean, if you don't think Xtreme is going to team fight you, I'm okay with using Golem kind of whenever, because it also serves as a pretty good, like, map control farming tool, right?
I'm always a big proponent of just drop it.
Like, you get a good amount of gold. You watch, like, Kaori use the Golem, like, he's dropping it nonstop. Ame, calling. Not a bad shard, but not good enough to save anybody, that's for sure. Now the Vessel's going to get turned around on him. The Golem's hit tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It is snowballing very quickly for VP. Just out executing XG around the map, abusing the support difference. Really good wards to where the Tinker's going to farm. They're going to continue to backstab these team fights.
Point Remnant, ain't nothing to say. Translocator's going to take him out of here, but Xnova has no save. They got the Doom, but there goes the Stampede, so easy reset.
He lives here off this Doom. Actually, you're going to have nothing for the next few minutes.
Look how deep the Centaur is pushed in. He's pushing into this tier 2 tower. So Abed knew there was an escape route that direction. He didn't even go back to the fountain. He has a power rune.
Super heads up TP. Tomato's hitting top. Virtus.pro playing really well here in this game 3. They are abusing the slow lineup of XG, abusing the clunkiness, taking advantage of knowing where this Tinker has to play early.
Also, does Tinker have an immortal that plays music?
Yes. The little
I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, what is this, like, Mega Man theme that's playing?
Yeah, that's the little bots.
That's great. Just one more reason that Tinker's obnoxious.
Is that the first medic that he's a sound?
No.
Weird.
Radiant's top tower
6-0. VP up 4,000 net worth at 11 minutes, and that is going to continue to snowball. And not in the way Xnova wants it to snowball. So now another tower has gone, and in 3 minutes we're going to have the Wisdom Shrine, and I feel like VP, they have so much control right now, they probably should be taking both Wisdom Shrines again. In which case, are we ever going to see level 6s on Xnova and FY?
Bad news bears. You're an XG fan. Well, that was
Just be obnoxious.
That was annoying. Just so much ancient control. XG have access to 0 ancient camps right now. It's the 12-minute mark.
That's bad news for a core lineup that needs to hit a lot of neutrals.
Yes. The lineup is pretty clunky, needs a lot of farm. They just do not have access to camps right now.
Yeah, Tomato, like, his hero's good at taking towers. You have a Centaur who's pretty good at taking towers. If they take away these tier 2s, then all of a sudden you see the same move that Tomato did in game 2, where he starts grabbing the lanes with his illusions, allowing his team just to hunt. Is Xtreme gonna be able to get farm on more than like 1.5 heroes?
Playing very aggressive because they know they have Stampede to bail them out. There's limited lockdown without the support ultimates. Making the most of it. Also, the vision game has been insane for Virtus.pro here, as 0 wards on the map for XG. Yes, you heard that right. 0 wards. They have 1 obs on X Nova right now.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Smoke coming through bottom, looking for Ame. Golem with his name on it.
That's the blood on Void Remnant. Drop the Golem. And Saberlight holding on the Stampede will now pop it into the Stomp.
Tower is under attack.
Pretty guaranteed kill. Turn that Golem back around. This tier 2 is probably forfeit as well.
Are annoying this Tinker so much with the dead shots, the pulls. Wasting so much of NTS's time.
Radiant's
Saberlight's like, yeah, go ahead, man. You want to do it, do it. Is this going to be Xtreme Gaming's first kill of game 3? No, not at all. Doom is going to be used on the Void Spear. Maybe that'll be their first kill.
Yeah, no
Dead
Stampede.
shot. Okay, they flame break him back down the cliff area. FY, he just wants a little bit more damage. Tries to blood grenade him. It didn't even land. Abed's fine. Still no death. 009. Xtreme Gaming. This is worse than game 2, perhaps. Wisdom Strike is going to be taken. Terrorblade sitting on it.
This is way worse. This is turning into a demoralizer of a game. They got killed off. Big one. Ame on the board as they lose another Wisdom Shrine. This Bat Rider will never have Lasso available. FY having a very sad game here.
Dire are scanning.
Well, even as FY gets level 6 off of no shrines and just creeps, you still need a Blink Dagger, which he is a good amount of gold away from.
Bubbles are just flowing in for Virtus.pro. It's just ridiculous. And all the power runes for Abed keep him out on the map. He has an amp damage. He has Vessel charges. This Void Spirit damage is considerable right now. They're just swarming back to bottom. Ame, you are not long for this world.
Deadshot it back into the Stomp.
Just nowhere to go for him.
Looks very pretty. And now the tier 2 should finally die. Glyph is going to be used, but Tomato is here to force it.
Abed wants more. He wants the Doom.
Man, essentially solves a lot of his problems. Get a lasso on him, they don't have the damage. Even if you had Doom, it maybe wouldn't be enough because Saberlight's got a full pipe.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Next Nova, one final punch.
Golem for Roge, they call it. Oh my. A 16-minute GG as Virtus.pro completely dismantled Xtreme Gaming in 3. Absolutely a disbander and a half right there. Brutal stuff. Absolutely brutal. I mean, that is a series that makes you rethink everything you think you know about Dota. A creative draft from Zhao 8. But it leaves you wondering. Right there. Brutal stuff. Absolutely brutal. I mean, that is a series that makes you rethink everything you think you know about Dota. A creative draft from Zhao 8. But it leaves you wondering what the game plan was in terms of the early game. And again, I go back to Xtreme Gaming supports. They need to find a way to have impact in these early stages. It can't just be watching 3-cores farm, not making any plays, under-leveled for the entire game. That is never going to be a recipe for success in the modern state of Dota. we know this team is capable of a lot more, but they did not show it here as Virtus.pro continue to level up. Man, this team, they got something cooking for them right now.
They do. They do. Man, I can't believe this is the same teams from game 1. Right? Like, what a massive difference. Virtus.pro, Abed and Saberlight, they might have just re-retired FY.
That's brutal. Thank you, Cap. And as we do this, I mean, I don't even know if Virtus.pro was expecting that GG to come out at minute 16.
They were killing Roshan, or at least trying to kill Roshan, and then GG comes out. They just were unable to do anything like this. You saw mid rotations early. It was supports rotating to the Tinker's lane, getting a kill on him. But the two supports, they try to make a move to the top lane, didn't get anything done. And it was just a mismatch of the ideas, like what they need to do 6-7 minutes into the game.
I mean, I was told that Tinker would have a fantastic game. What happened?
Well, if he gets to the fun zone, which is like him farming for a long time and then having like Aether Lens and an Ags and just doing repeated pings against the Terrorblade, like that matchup is good, but the pressure early is spooky. And you know, this Void Spirit pick that everybody universally loves, that consistently wins, dodges the support ganks. It can be aggressive. It gets a Spirit Vessel. It can put pressure on the enemy lineup that was frankly too greedy. And it kind of solves all of their problems there. It even solved the caused the GG at the end.
Who was the one? Who was the first one to call it? I didn't see.
The Void Spirit?
No, the GG.
The
on
GG.
Saturday.
The GG.
I didn't see, but there was disconnects immediately after.
It was Ame.
There's
Was
GG
Ame.
and
For
like,
our narrative.
and 2 instant DCs.
I think it was. No, I think it was Ame and FY right after. I mean, come on, you don't call that unless you discuss it with the team.
That's what you would think.
Sure, but
Yeah, that's what I would think.
well, I think the most interesting thing about this to me, it was
It was
Ame
Ame,
first,
X
X
over
Nova,
right
and then they started
Yeah,
using.
X Noah, lowercase g into capital G. Ooh, that doesn't though. That's like
Good
you.
game.
Not good. That's not good.
What's actually so cool about being in this position for Virtus.pro is that they're the team that people were ranking 16th.
Yeah.
And now if they lose to them, they get forever tilted for the rest of the tournament. They've been doing this against. They did this to Liquid.
The reason why I said that's what you think is because during the Kaka era, when he was captaining the teams, he was the one calling GG mid Ravage. Like if you remember, like seeing Ravage, he's in the middle of the air. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here, guys. So something similar happened in this one. 16 minutes, not exactly where you should be calling the GG, but you can definitely tell that this is a bit of a tilt as well.
You know what really pisses me off that you failed analysts haven't talked about yet?
You're also sometimes honest.
You're part of the crew.
You guys,
yeah.
as the co-host myself, where are we talking about Fly on Warlock 5-0? We came into this series saying, oh, Warlock's an overrated hero. It's bad. It's not an early game hero. But if you play like Kaori, if you play like Fly, if you just whip out that book and you start reading it, you get level 6 early.
The Grimoire.
The Grimoire.
Yeah,
you show up to these lanes and you drop a rock on top of somebody with a stun. Like, this can be the most devastating thing ever. If you're just in the right place and you're not greedy with the hero.
And then you play your little drum. And then the gold's like,
and then we got to talk to Tomato. Hey, Tomato, congratulations on the series.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Very good. I have to ask you a question. Were you guys expecting that GG to come out while you were doing Roche?
Kinda. I mean, they were running out of plays. It was unexpected, but we knew that we're gonna get Roche, and then from there it was gonna be our game. I think they also felt it.
It was definitely felt and then acted upon as well. I have to ask about that game 1 though, because it felt like we were gonna have a very close series. So what did you guys figure out in game 1, or went wrong for you guys in game 1, that you were able to capitalize on so much in game 2 and 3? Because those were, you know, you smashed it out of the park.
Yeah, game 1 was close. I think we didn't play the map the way we wanted to play. I think they played their strengths better. Like this Lycan was super destroying us on bottom, forcing a lot, and I kept reacting to it. I think I took some blame for game 1. I played pretty bad. I think we just said like we didn't execute well. They did their stuff. We lost some fights. We could have came back, but we just reset. You know, like play bad. Let's refocus. Go next game. That's it.
And that worked out wonders, because game 2 and 3 were pretty one-sided there. And it also has me ask the question that You know, you guys haven't been playing any tournaments, I believe, before this. At least, you know, you tried to qualify, but you didn't qualify to a lot of things. And so this is like the big showing. And so with the seeding, you guys came in pretty low compared to what people were expecting from you guys. And you've surpassed expectations like big time. What do you feel like you've been working on most that allows you to surpass everybody's expectations for you guys?
Well, the patch has been pretty long, and Dota now really favors identity. So I think these two things, like having a long patch and having time to like work together, because a lot of the stuff that we're doing now, we were working on like a couple months ago. Also having new 2 players that we really like to play with, and they're really good. So it's like we've kind of acquired more trust, more confidence in our ideas. We laugh a lot, we enjoy the games, and that always brings the best out of you when you play this game. I mean, in general in life. So I think those 2 things. And Dota is a very like, at least right now, the Dota scene is very low respect. Like these new players that don't respect anything. So of course they're gonna put us on like bottom of the table. We're like, okay, tomatoes wash, everybody's trash, you know, flies to all. Like that's just how it goes. But everyone that knows Dota knows that anything can beat anyone, and you always have to base it in the lobby. Like when you play the game, that's when you see how this guy really plays. They can play really bad 10 games in a row, but maybe they fix it on the 11th.
Yeah.
Always have to be ready.
Yeah, you guys definitely are playing very ready. You do mention that you know the patch favors having an identity as a team. How would you describe you and your team's play style currently? Like if someone's like, oh, what kind of Dota are you playing? What is it?
We play pretty aggro. I think everyone are in all these teams, they're selecting their best heroes. Of course, people always copy the winner. So I saw everyone playing like Windrunner, for example. But for like when I play with Scam, he was always telling me to play Windrunner. Now he's playing with Natsumi. Natsumi's playing Windrunner. For us, it's like, yeah, we're a pretty aggro team. Like Abed is like a boss on all the Spirit heroes. So we always look to get him on these heroes. Fly is like big Lord of the Rings fan, so he always wants to play his Warlock. And you kind of go from there, right? You have some guy who's like, I really want to play this hero. You try to make it work. You get as much as you can from it, and then you go play the officials.
That's awesome to hear. I also have Perch who would love to ask you some questions.
Hey, Tomato, I had questions about your Weaver build. I also like going Deso dataless on Weaver. Could you talk about that build a little bit? I think a lot of players prefer to fit a BKB in there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I have an aggro mindset on these heroes. Like, I just want to kill people, right? So, like, I bought Deso because we had DK and we have a minus armor thing going. So I was like, we're gonna take towers, objectives. Like, I don't need Mejo. There's nothing cool for Mejo this game. My DK is kind of greedy, so I was trying to play like super aggro, compensate for the greediness of the DK. And for my defensive items, I don't know, I felt I just needed a pike. Like, who's gonna kill me realistically? It's just the Ursa. Every time he comes, I'll pike him. And then I was just thinking about buying rapiers and killing them all, but I died a little too much, so my timings were kind of slow, and my mid game was pretty bad, so you never got to see the potential of the Weaver.
You got that bat right at that one time though. That was really sick.
Yeah, that was a confidence boost. Like when you get the skills, it's like you say something in game like, what is this guy thinking? Who do you think he is? You tip him, and then the ball gets rolling. Now you feel like, because it's not just about saying you're strong, it's like you have to feel it, right? You have to feel like you're strong. And that was a cool moment where like, I can be 1 in 10, I'm gonna kill you. That was like what I was trying to tell him.
That's cool. Thanks.
Hey Tomato, it's Jenkins here. Just want to ask you guys, as North American Dota legends, of course, everybody knows you guys are all ex-Spotify gamers. Do you consider yourselves, now that you're on VP, what region internally do you guys consider yourselves? Or do you still have the NA Dota mindset as a team?
A little bit of the NA Dota mindset, especially the trash talk. Definitely, we carry on the flag, you know, like the long leaf NA Dota trash talk, best in the world. But besides that, I mean, everyone just migrated to Europe. Everyone adapted. Europe became the strongest region because they produce the most players, right? So we are EU, but there's a little part in our hearts that's still North American.
We're still claiming you guys for sure. And as a fellow Serbian, Zdravos volite, are you enjoying Belgrade? What's your take on the city so far?
Yeah, it's nice. I've been in Belgrade I've been in Belgrade more than I've been in my own apartment. So it's kind of my second home at this point. I think we've gotten used to it. Like, we've been forced to like it, and there's some cool sides to it. Like, we got to explore the city, especially because on Shopify we bootcamp a lot too. So if they seem ate at some nice restaurants, we walked around. Like, it's actually a very rich history city when we did some tour. Like, we learned a lot about the architecture and how it's been like a middle ground for European history.
Did you go to the castle?
Yeah, I went to the castle.
It's good. There's a museum of torture devices there, which is quite good. It's quite horrifying, but it's good.
We're gonna buy some souvenirs, but
yeah, check it out. Check it out next time.
All right, Tomato, we're gonna let you go. Congratulations again on a fantastic series. It was a treat to watch. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest, and we'll see you then.
Thank you, guys. See you, Tika.
Thank you. I mean, I will say it is very cool to see a Virtus.pro do well. Shopify Rebellion 3.0.
Yeah, I mean, we're in this era of Dota where you have these teams like Mouse, Yandex coming out of nowhere, pretty much being the rejects from the other teams and still doing very, very good. And now Virtus.pro stepping it up. I think it's very good for the scene, showing these top dogs, these Falcons, these Liquids that they can...
You look out. So there's somebody coming for your crown.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of Liquid, someone did come for them also, because Runa team did beat Liquid 2-1.
DreamLeague Classic.
DreamLeague Classic. Nicky Cool. He was ownage actually that series. So was probably Arqueezy, although I didn't see him pop up on the kill streaks that often. But Runa team did beat Liquid. I will say also that this morning, all 4 series that are happening at the same time, every single one of them went to game 3.
That's a first. That's a first.
That is a first. And that also means that we still have games going on. That means we can still watch games with you guys. We're going to 2 teams that are 2-0. Both, not 2-0, 2-2 right now. And we're going to watch those 2 teams. It's Yandex versus